Medical science has only recently provided a solution which allows patients to maintain reasonable health when the kidneys are non-functional. That solution is the artificial kidney, and its function is termed hemodialysis. In Dallas County, approximately 125 persons are undergoing regular kidney dialysis. The kidneys perform such vital bodily functions that life can continue only a matter of days if these functions are impaired. To understand how dialysis operates, it is necessary to know how the normal kidney functions.
The kidney serves as an organ for purifying various products that are metabolized by the body and carried in the bloodstream. The kidney washes the blood of these impurities and puts it out as urine.
Could you explain what the mechanics are involved in dialysis?
Well, it's really very simple. I've used the term washing of the blood, and some people refer to the kidney machine as a washing machine. Blood is taken from the patient through some access device. That means either a plastic shunt put in an artery and a vein, or else a connection under the skin that joins an artery to a vein and allows the veins to swell, and we can then put needles in them. This blood is taken out and passed through a device which we call a coil, or a series of flat plates, and we wash this with a solution that is similar to blood, only it does not contain red cells or plasma. This washing takes out the byproducts that the body has produced that would normally be cleared by the kidney, and then the blood is returned to the patient through the venous side, cleaned.
Dialysis is very costly. It has been estimated that the annual hospital charge for inpatient dialysis in the Dallas area averages about $40,000. Dialysis can be performed more cheaply on an outpatient basis. These patients, along with their relatives, are training to do dialysis in the home. Many feel that the solution for lowering cost lies in private dialysis centers, where the patient comes into the center 3 times a week for 6 hours of dialysis. In Dallas, the Southwestern Dialysis Center opened 12 months ago and currently serves 40 patients a week. Their backgrounds and ages vary, but each has a common goal: to someday be released from the machine, which is presently their link with life. How long have you been on the machine?
About a year and 2 months.
I see. Do you look forward to a transplant in the very near future? What
Yes,
are your
ma'am.
feelings concerning a transplant?
Well, my feelings is that I'm just ready, real ready for one.
What is it like being in dialysis? Do you just accept it as a matter of fact, or do you dread, coming here to be dialyzed each week?
Well, no ma'am, sometimes I get kind of tired of coming, but once I get here and, get on the machine, I get the feeling better, so I just start thinking, that, well, I can't get tired now because, it's the only means of me living.
Dialysis is looked on as a means to an end, that end being a transplant. About 90% of patients undergoing dialysis are suitable candidates for kidney transplants, but the supply of donor kidneys is far smaller than the demand.
If we could utilize properly every kidney from a dying person who would be an acceptable donor, we might favorably affect that ratio. At the present time, many kidneys are being wasted that might save the lives of individuals who need them, and so there are many people in most large metropolitan centers in our country waiting for a kidney. There are perhaps 100 people in Texas at the present time alone waiting for a kidney.
Some patients must wait months, sometimes years, for a donor kidney. Mr. Tucker was one of the fortunate candidates who only last week received a transplant from his brother.
Well, 5 years ago, while taking a physical, internist to whom I was going to informed me that my kidneys were bad and that in the near future, in fact, about 5 years, something would happen. And that he'd hoped that by that time that medicine would have found something to cure it. Yeah. And 5 years later, it happened. when it happened, well, then they started me going through processes with different doctors, checking all along the way, doctors with different abilities and capacities, until they finally got me over here to Dr. Hull and Dr. Austin, Dr. Hull and Dr. Long. And from there, things started, and I was operated on by Dr. Peters.
Who is your donor in this operation?
Clyde Tucker, my brother.
What kind of arrangements did you make with him? What did you say to him? How did you approach him?
Well, I just picked up the phone, called him, and said, need a kidney. He got an extra one.
I said, I'll be there whenever you want me.
We made the arrangements to bring him over and get a checkup and a checkout and so forth. Then he went back for about 30 days, and then he came back and gave the kidney.
I feel pretty good.
Will you be going home anytime soon?
We'll probably be in this area for about 3 weeks and then go back to my work.
Were you familiar with transplants, with kidney transplants in particular, before your brother called?
No, only what the average person might know from reading or see an occasional show or something like that.
Did you know of the real need for donor transplant?
Not then, I do now.
Each person on dialysis views it as a means to an end, that end being renal transplantation. Some patients have experienced that transition and know the feeling of being granted a new lease on life.
I'm feeling just wonderful. It is just amazing to wake up each morning. The world is a beautiful place. You feel so good, and I have so much energy. In fact, at night, I can't wait to go to bed, to get the sleep over, to get back up the next day. It's amazing how good I feel. In fact, I feel better now than I did for years because I've had kidney problems since I was 5 years old. So you can see that to be told you are rehabilitated and normal is a beautiful thing.